stuck here. The cops won't bother me. Because I want to test out this new windscreen. And it's kind of a gamble because apparently there is the quarantine in place. There's like a stay-at-home sort of order, but like I wonder, you know, I could just be essentially riding. All right, I'm gonna put the windscreen up. Oh, it's so dirty. Holy cow, man, that's good wind protection. I'm still getting hit by the wind, and today is pretty windy. I actually prefer the windscreen at the lowest setting because I can like look over the windscreen and it doesn't look like I'm inside the car. You know, I actually put the C. Bailey windscreen that I have for sale because I don't know if I like such a large windscreen, but so far it seems pretty good. The fork seals seem good. Yeah, I hope the police don't say anything. I don't know, like, it seems to be okay. Look at the windscreen. Man, that's a freaking amazing windscreen. That's way too much, man. Way too much. It's actually kind of brilliant, the windscreen. And the mechanism for bringing it up is now nice and stable. So before, that bracket broken up on the other side, and I fashioned something on there, and I don't think I need anything else. I thought that I might have to get another part. I've been fabricating things. So the only issue now is that if I want something that's an adventure style and I want it to be a shaft drive, I am limited by bikes that are extremely heavy, like a Yamaha Tenere, BMW GS, I think the Tiger 1200, there's I don't know, Moto Guzzi, stuff like that. I just don't want the BMW. I've been there, I don't like them. I do like the NC700X a lot for off-roading because the weight is like much further down, and it's that ADV style that I like. But it's one of those bikes that, man, the wind protection on this is so good that it makes me hot, and it's kind of a coldish day out there. Is the fjr1300 still relevant in 2020? And it's quite amazing. These early FJRs, you can get them for like 3,000 bucks, and it's quite amazing that you can get so much bike for so cheap. I mean, you're getting a 1300cc bike that's really a missile, a comfortable missile. This thing is incredibly, look, a motorcycle the other way. You know what I find interesting? There's like the sport bike guys, but they're riding bikes that are a little bit too small for them. Even like a 1000 looks too small because they're obese. And this fjr1300 will look so much better, like the rider will look so much better riding this than a super sport. And this bike without the bags actually looks like a super sport. That's what I like about this one as opposed to the ST1300. The ST1300 looks like a pile of shit without the bags, but it's quite amazing looking with the bags, and I much prefer the looks of the ST1300 as opposed to this one. For like $3,000 from 2003 to 2006 or so. The newer ones, of course, are much more complex. They have electronic suspension, some of them, ABS and all of that. I don't really care too much for that because I think the best thing about this bike is just the comfort and the speed, and you're going to get that in all sorts of FJRs. So if you want a bike to be on the highway and you're commuting back and forth, man, this bike is just fantastic. It's an incredibly fast bike. You know, I put the windscreen up, but alright, I'm gonna put it up just so you guys can see. I don't know if you can tell the difference. but my head is starting to get so hot just from the windscreen being up. I can actually like open up my visor and I'm not getting any wind. I hate cars that just hang out on your blind spot. Man, it's way too hot. I have to lower this. Yeah, I like that much more. Whew, it is hot. Man, I had to raise my helmet visor up because it is just so hot with this windscreen. Yeah, I would definitely get a dark side tire just because, like, you know, I want to be able to stack tons of miles on this thing. And with 50,000 miles, this thing feels like it can go for a very long time. I'm not interested in going around corners just yet on this bike, especially with a new tire. I like to break things in really easy with a new tire, even though I just rode on the highway. I like to kind of take it easy just in case there's some issues. I'm going to pull into Oxen Cove. Oxen Cove is quite a gem in this area that a lot of people don't know about. Let's pull into here. I think it should be closed. Yeah, it's closed. These parks are closed, man, but this is a great area to come and hang out. I am in beautiful Oxen Hill, and this is Oxen Cove Park. And over there is Oxen Cove Farm. There's like a couple of 100 acres here. And up there is the MGM Casino, where it's closed because of the coronavirus. But I rode my FJR over here. This is quite a gem of a place to hang out. And I like to usually like go running here because there's not a lot of people, and it's really pretty. It's got an overlook of the Potomac and Alexandria and DC, but not a lot of people know about this place. Today it's closed because of the coronavirus. So here's what, as a public health precaution, Oxen Cove is temporarily closed for safety of staff and visitors. So it's one of these things, but I really like this particular area because it's untouched. It used to be a hospital in the Civil War of the United States, and there's like an old house back there that's really amazing. I mean, it belonged to a doctor, so it was pretty big back in the day. And I mean, I think what's happening now is that Governor Hogan wants to somehow develop this area, but it's a really beautiful area that I think looks cool being untouched. Back to the FJR, man. I changed the fork seals. I'm actually going to look at my front fork because I think there's like something loose, and I have a screw here that's loose. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna have to tighten that thing. Can't believe I forgot that one. But yeah, so my fender, I believe, is, yeah, it's this thing that's coming off. That's the noise I was hearing. So this is what I want to tighten. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a tool. I don't know if I have any tools here. All right, I'm gonna tighten this up, but that's the reason. That was the noise I was hearing. So when you do something on your bike, you need to kind of like make sure that everything is bolted on right. This bike is absolutely fabulous. It's a big bike, but just like a dark side tire, it takes a while to fully get used to these bikes because they're big. But when you start to learn how to ride a big bike, you get used to it, and you start to learn what you can do and what you can't. But this is a fabulous bike, man. Just super powerful and super comfortable. And if you have self-control, this bike could be a great bike for you. Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.